Yo, what's up, everybody? Honey here, bringing you Danmachi, Is It Wrong to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon? Anime review. This is episode 6 titled The Ishtar Familia, The City of Lust. This was a very, very unique episode to begin with. Basically, we had the continuation of what went on from the ending of last week. If you remember, Makato, one of her ex-family members, came and she told her something and she got super, super shocked. Well, we've been finding out that every night she's been leaving on her own. So this night, we start the episode with them following her. And she basically went to the City of Lust, which is owned by the Ishtar family. Now, we found out in this episode that the Ishtar family are basically a family of high-level, noble females that are all Amazons, of course. So they're all going to be females. And this is actually one of the top 3 families of this city of, not the city, but the country of Oya, where this story is taking place. And as they follow in Makato and her ex-family member around and stuff, a lot of females there, of course, as the title states, the City of Lust. There's a lot of females there looking for men to glorify their lust so they can take money from them and stuff like that. And every time a female see Belle, they kept on hugging him and kissing him. And of course, Lily got mad and she took Belle away and they keep going. But we got this one case where they see Makato and her friend getting surrounded by guys, and the guys are flirting with them. And they look kind of embarrassed, but they don't want to flirt with them back. So Wolf and Lily go to defend them and get the guys away from them. Unfortunately, they leave Belle behind with one of the females. And she's there hugging Belle, not letting Belle go. And a brothel house nearby, one of the girls came out with a bell saying, "Hey guys, it's gonna be fun time soon." And everyone started to charge in that brothel, whatever that meant. But basically, long story short, as everyone is charging that brothel, the girl who has Belle in her hands, she gets carried away in that flood of people. So since, of course, she has Belle in her hands, Belle gets carried away as well. So, and this episode is super fan service heavy and also super funny through the whole thing. I had a ball with this episode, as you can tell from my smile. It was super funny. But basically, Makato and her friend, they explain the situation to Lily and Wolf. And the situation is, they have a friend who was supposedly a very close friend of theirs from when they were children. But in the past, I believe 6 months or 6 years, something along that lines, she disappeared. Then they found out all of a sudden that she's working in this building, the Ishtar building. And now, the Ishtar building, we found out that, of course, since they have brothels and stuff like that, everyone here in this town, the females, they are all prostitutes. And this is where guys come at night to get, they groove on, as they say. So, they realize they left Belle behind. They freak out, so they start to search the city for Belle. And Belle ends up eventually leaving that chick that had him hostage, and he bumps into Hermes. And Hermes is like, "Oh, what is a young man like you doing here? Are you here trying to get experience?" And he was like, No, I'm trying to do something else." And he was like, "Yeah, sure." He's like, well, I got a gift for you here." And he gave him this red potion. It was supposed to be like a potion to arouse yourself, so you can go harder and faster all, through the night. And Belle freaked out. He was like, "I don't need this." And he tried to run after Hermes to give it back. But he ended up bumping into a royal Amazon that is directly from the Ishtar family. And she ends up capturing Belle. And her friends tell Belle, "We capture men, and this is how the Amazon breeds. We capture men, we play with them all night, and then when we get pregnant, we just keep the females. So the males either die or get thrown away." So they are fighting to see who's going to take turn with Belle. And as they're fighting with taking Belle to their house, we actually get to see their queen, Ishtar, the goddess of lust. We see her, and she was like, "Don't look at her, don't look at our guy, because if he looks at you or you look at him, you might capitalize him with your beauty and then steal him from us." And she was like, "I'm not interested in boys." She's like, "Plus I have a visitor tonight I have to attend to." So she leaves, and as they take him to the room and they tell him about all the things they're gonna do to him, we see the commander of the family. Now the commander is hideous, super hideous, but in her mind she's the most beautiful thing in the world. She's even more beautiful than the goddess Ishtar. And as they fighting over Belle, Belle actually gets to escape. And they start to hunt down Belle. But Belle, you know, he got really, really good running skills. He's used to doing nothing but running, so he's dodging and weaving. It's like he's cross-ankling all of them. Like, he's getting girls tripped up and stuff, and they just completely not catching him. And as they run after him through, I guess you could say, half the night, he ends up bumping into someone that he met earlier. It was only a glimpse, but he bumped into her again. And there's basically a girl that they call her a renard. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. But basically what it is like a half human, half animal. And this chick has long blonde hair and a foxtail that's blonde, and her ears are blonde as well. And we found out that her name is Haruhime, which means summer princess, for y'all that don't know. And she told Belle, if you're new to this, don't worry, I got you, let me walk you through this. Then Belle finally explained to her that I'm innocent, I'm not trying to be here for that. And she felt kind of embarrassed, and she's unexperienced, but she is a prostitute, so she kind of fainted when she saw Belle's like chest and upper body and torso. So, but after, you know, her and Belle talked it out and got everything over, she's like, well, if you're running away, I can help you when the sun rises and the city goes to sleep. I can help you then escape. But in exchange, you have to sit here and talk to me. And he was kind of confused, and he was like, what do you mean by talk to you? She's like, you know, just talk, friendly talk. I really don't have another one to talk to. And they starts to talk, and all of a sudden, her and Belle found a common ground. Something that they both love a lot. And what they love a lot is hero stories. And if you remember in Belle's backstory, he was told a lot of different tales of heroes that his grandfather used to read to him, which we found out his grandfather is a god, is Zeus. So he's talking to her, and they're going back and forth with all the stories, and they're giving each other hints of stories to see if the other person can guess it, and neither of them are getting it wrong. And they have a really good time until something sad happens, and Belle was like, don't give up, you'll eventually find your hero. And she was like, I will never find my hero. I'm a prostitute. And for heroes, a prostitute is nothing but a symbol of darkness. We're defiled and we're ugly. No hero is ever gonna want me or want us ever to save me. And this made Belle feel kind of sad. And then the sun, of course, they realized the sun is down. The sun is up, it's rising. It's the next morning. So she kept her promise to let Belle go. And as she let Belle go and she showed him the way to leave, and he leaves, he kind of hesitates, but he does get to leave. And the main chick that Belle bumped into that actually arm locked him and dragged him to the house actually popped up from the shadows and was like, what are you doing? And she's like, she's like, doesn't matter. You're gonna catch a cold if you stay out here too long. Come on, let's go. So I'm not sure if she's going to ignore the fact that she got rid of Belle, somebody who they were looking for all night, or she might just let it slide. She did say earlier that this lady brought her to the Ishgard family and she treated her real nice. So she probably won't beat her on her or beat her up or snitch on her, hopefully. So, but this girl is a prostitute, and I believe that most likely this girl is most likely the friend that Makato, and I believe her name is Suya, the other girl that's with Makato from her ex-family. I believe this is the friend that they're looking for, most likely. And funny enough, Belle actually met her. But when her and Belle was talking tonight, Hermes was having some fun with the queen, because the man that the queen says that she needs to meet, the goddess of lust, Ishtar, was actually Hermes. And he brought her a black box, and he basically said this box is destruction. Are you gonna really use it to beat her? Now they keep on referring to her, so we don't know who this goddess is. We just know they keep on calling her a goddess, and it is a her. But in the end, Hermes says something to her that gives it away who she's talking about. They basically talking about Freya, because she's like, oh, so she has an interest in Belle Crane. Well, if she's that interested in him for whatever reason, I'm not gonna allow her to win. I'm going to take him for myself. And that's how the episode ends. So yeah, like I said in the last couple of episodes, everybody wants Belle. Well, after this episode, everybody really wants Belle. And it just, again, this was a more comical episode, but it did have a lot of good dialogue and some story drops. And this next story arc, I guess, is gonna be Belle trying to save her. Kind of like how, like, in season 1, one of the first arcs was Belle saving Lily. So I guess in this part 2, he's gonna be saving another female, which should be her. But how is he gonna save her from the Ishgard family or Ishtar family? I mean, the goddess of lust is not gonna just allow Belle to pay for her and then leave with her. She's gonna want some type of exchange, like I let her go free if you give me yourself. Maybe something like that happens. But then later on, maybe he might win his freedom. Who knows? We do know Belle's a level 3 character, but level 3 is more of a neutral level. It's not really like a high level, like level 4s and 5s. And we do know that there are characters in the story that are past level 5. I mean, that one dude who works right under Freya, if I'm not mistaken, I believe his level was stated to be level 10. So, and that's like the highest that we've seen so far in the anime. I don't read the light novel or the manga, so please no spoilers, but yeah, this was a very intense episode. Can't wait for next week's episodes. But that's what I have for you. Tell me what you like and didn't like about the episode, and how do you think Belle's gonna save her if Belle does, and do you think she's going to join the Hestia family when Belle does save her, because he most likely is gonna save her and succeed? Do you think she's gonna join that family, or do you think she might join Makato's ex family? What do you think is gonna happen? What's your thoughts and opinions? But that's what I have for you. Peace out and have a good one.